YouTube. This is the Darkly Player, and this will be one of my first videos for MTGO. So because I haven't done a lot of competitive play lately, I am just going to start a casual corner. And this deck is for the person who wants to go online, have fun with the deck idea that when it goes off is fun as heck, and even if it don't go off all the time, it's still somewhat fast and aggressive so you don't lose all the time. This does, I would consider this almost a glass cannon, because if you go against any kind of hate, especially anti-green cards, it will hurt this deck a little bit, but it depends on the kind of anti-hate. But it's a simple elf base deck where I'm using the elves for the engines. I'm using Jiraga Tree Speaker for a turn 1 drop. It's a huge mana increase. Hold on, let me see if I can get the display up. And nope, it's supposed to be showing and it's not showing. Sorry about that. So this is the best I can do for you guys. It is running Jiraga, which is a level up elf. If you get her to level 1 to Force, you can tap her for 2 mana, and it costs 2 to power her up. So it's not bad. I've leveled her up on turn 2. Easy. I'm also running Llanowar Elves, which is a staple. I consider it a staple. I don't like Arbor Elves, only because it came out later. So Llanowar is a pretty much soft spot for me. But he's still pretty good in this deck. I'm also running Elvish Visionaries because of the draw abilities, and because if you got Jiraga fully leveled up, it does play off of that. And they also play into the Elvish Archdruid, which I'm also running 4 of. I'm letting it show you the ability right quick. Then, because this was based off of an old recycle deck, I needed a draw card, so I put in 4 Primordial Sages. And whatever this does is, it's a creature, 4/5, so it's a good blocker. But whenever you cast a creature spell, you may draw a card. And the whole point of this deck is to use the creature cards to mana ramp as much green as you can, and use the cultivates. Let me see if I can get it to let you look at that card. Oh, yeah. There you go. I use cultivates, and I use harrows to set up my field, because as you could tell, I'm running plains. And what makes this deck a little weird is that the whole idea for me is just to mana ramp as high as I can and then cast White Sun Zenith. That way, my opponent can be like, what the heck? You know, he did all that just for a White Sun Zenith. But I like the way it works is because I have mana ramped this up to over 20 2/2 tokens. And normally, you know, at that point, you can use a bunch of them to tap, you know, block. But the next turn that they got Unsummon Sickness, you can just run into your opponent with, you know, 20 some odd creatures that have a 2 power. And it's a fun little deck. Even if you don't pull out the Sun Zenith, it is running more than 1 Archdruid with a heavy thin. Because on top of the cultivates, to thin out my deck and to get my cards a little bit faster, I am also running Harmonize and Collective Unconscious. Oh, let me go back to Harmonize. That's it. Harmonize just lets me draw 3 cards, and Collective Unconscious allows me to draw a creature for every card I control. And as you can think, in a mono, not a mono green, but in a greenish elf deck, I can get a lot of creatures on the field, and it's only 6 mana. And I know what you're thinking. 6 mana seems like a lot, but you guys know mana ramp is not that bad. And I usually get mana out pretty fast. But this is the simple rundown of the deck. I'm going to post up a couple videos after this to show you the way it runs and see if I can pull the combo off for you guys. But like I said, this is the casual corner. This is my first video, so it's not going to be the greatest video in the world. I'll get better over time and hope you guys enjoy my videos. But again, this is for casual playing only. If you can actually tweak this deck and make it competitive, go right ahead and send me a comment, because I'd like to see this deck competitively play. But that's just because I think it's a fun idea, and you know, it's like out of nowhere. And so this is the way I run the deck. And so let's just go and do a couple games, and I'll post those videos up in a little bit. So this is the end of what I would consider the preview of the deck. I won't call these my deck previews. This is where I show you the deck, show you the cards, and kind of explain what I am aiming to hopefully do in the deck. So this is the end of this one video. So everybody please have a great day, and I will be posting these up later.